I read somewhere that you were homeless
Hmm.
once upon a time. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So I've been through a lot. And I was homeless. I was like sleeping out of my truck. But when
Yeah.
I say homeless, I don't want to think like I was sleeping on like streets like every day. It wasn't like bad. Like I still had a place to sleep either at a friend's place or I was sleeping outside of my truck. I probably slept like outside maybe 3 or 5 times. It wasn't just like, like
That's a lot. I
I
have never slept outside in my
oh,
life unless I was camping.
I know a spot in Dallas. See, I got you. It's
Okay.
super safe. No, but it wasn't like I just only put that picture like I was like holding a sign, but it's like yeah, but I had the times, and I have no idea. Like I never would have imagined I'm in the position I am in today. I was homeless. I did bankruptcy. I ended up getting evicted, and like all that stuff. And I would say the true turning point of all that was one changing who I surrounded myself with. So I started
Mm,
surrounding myself with different people, and it was weird because I was like this is interesting. Like, you guys don't drink, you guys don't do this, you guys don't.
yeah.
I'm like, this is cool. And so then I ended up like building the business, and that started to build a little bit. And then the turning point was TikTok. That was truly the turning point. Even like I was renting a room out at one of my roommates' place. I just started getting back on my feet. I was still struggling, and TikTok just like took off and took me up to
Yeah.
a whole different level. And so once I reached that level, I'm like, I never want to go back. It's this, we're never going backwards. So it's like no matter what I got to do, there's no way. And it's just amazing. Like I just never pictured myself going from homeless to now I live in a penthouse in Dallas, Texas, with
Go
like the
ahead.
best views ever. And it's just like it's amazing. And it's like if you really put your mindset there, you can truly get there. Your current situation is not your final destination. You got to keep
You
going.
got to say it louder for the people in the back.
Your current situation is not your final destination.
All
Let's
right.
back there be like, yeah.
And I looked at your LinkedIn profile
Yeah.
and something really stuck out to me because once upon a time, I remember I was a gym receptionist and I would never put that on my LinkedIn because it has nothing to do with what I'm doing
Gotcha.
today. And I saw you still left your
Hmm.
dishwasher experience and working at a Lexus warehouse.
Yep.
Why did you leave that there?
I love the transparency. I love the story. So it's like
Yeah.
I want everyone to see that I come from something. Like I'm just like you. This was not something that was just created. There's someone who's listening to this and it's gonna change them. Because that's what it took for me. It's like I was a dishwasher. I worked in a warehouse. There's someone who's a dishwasher right now. There's someone who's a warehouse worker right now. And they just maybe not know how to get there. But this is probably their sign. Like, hey, like, and I want to keep that story. I want to keep that transparency because I believe like that's how you truly inspire people. When you meet them where you're at, you have that connecting. Yeah, I was once a dishwasher. Now look at me now. Like,
Yeah.
and I can truly connect with other people.
You're right.
Yeah.
Keep you humble, keep you grateful.
Oh yeah, got to.
Hmm. So, Duke, what is life really like as a creator?
It's fun. It's exciting. Like sometimes you forget you're a creator, and people are like, "Oh my god!" You're like, "Oh my god, can I get a picture?" So that's super fun. So I would say like there's a lot of things out there where it says like, "Oh, it's very impossible to get rich quick," and it's just a complete lie when it becomes a creator. Being a content creator is one of those things that it's an easy industry to get rich very quick with brand deals and things like that. So it's very exciting. I would say that's the pros is the money is good. You can work when you want to. The cons is if you're not taking that money and putting it to another asset that can produce additional income, you have no guarantee of what's in the future. We hear about these with celebrities. We hear about these with pop stars. We hear about this with other creators. I see them myself. I ain't gonna say no names, but we got some people. I'm like, hey, bro, that's all you got? And it's like, because they just did not put the right stepping stones in place. So I would say the pros is the money's great. The money's quick. But the cons is it's not guaranteed because especially if you're relying something on brand deals. So one of the things I enjoy with working with the creators is I had that feeling. So that's why I took that $500,000 from the brand. Look, remember, it's going down. Imagine if I would always had that mindset, oh, I'll make $500,000 a year. Now I'm on for $500,000. Imagine if I was making $500,000 a year. I set my lifestyle up for $500,000 a year. Now I'm only making $100,000 a year.
Ooh.
Yep, I'm going right back. Remember we talked about we ain't
Yeah.
going back?
We ain't going
You
back.
done lied.
Hey.
So it's like if you're not taking that money and putting it into an additional asset, you're gonna, and it's like it's a burnout as well. It can take a big toll on your mental health as well. So it's like we want to have those type of conversations, keep it real. Like, hey, this money's good, but like let's do something with it. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health because those numbers will like play with a lot of people's heads. Like, I used to get 1 million views. So I'm getting like 10,000 views. So it's like, we got to keep it real as well.